Well, earlier this morning, we told you about a new report recently published highlighting Iceland's economic boom after introducing a 4-day work week. Workers get to keep their pay, and the country's unemployment rate is now one of the lowest in Europe. There have actually been a number of experiments with 4-day work weeks around the world. This includes a successful trial in 2022 across 33 companies, with the majority based in the U.S. and Ireland.
Hint, hint to our bosses right now, you know. Joining us to talk more about this is mental health expert Dr. Sheryl Ziegler. Thank you so much for coming in.
Glad to be talking about this.
We all wish that this was us. Okay, so the study found 97% of workers were able to find an easier work-life balance with these 4-day work weeks. Talk about why that balance is so important, not only for the worker, but the employer as well.
Yeah, so there's an interesting history with this whole thing. Let's go back to the 1800s for a second. Okay. In the 1800s, a work week was 7 days a week, right? Then in about late 1930s, early 1940s, it really was Henry Ford that said, okay, we're gonna go to a 5-day work week, about 40 hours a week. And we're still stuck there. And so we're not taking into account just a modern day life, white collar kind of jobs, different kinds of industries. Obviously things have expanded. And so this idea, there's things that we do, that we just do, we don't even question them.
Right.
Right? We just go, oh, that's what you do. You work 40 hours a week.
That's always been normal, right?
So I want people to understand there's a context for why it used to be 7, then it went to 4, and now we're looking at 5, and now we're looking at 4. This isn't the first time. Like you said, there's the 2020 study, there's all these studies, and what happens is it seems so actually obvious. People are more productive. If you have to work 40 hours for the sake of working 40 hours, so this does not apply to every industry, but for the most part, there's a lot of wasted time. So what you say is, if you say, okay, Corey, every Monday we have a 1-hour meeting, you're gonna take every bit of that 1 hour, but did we need that 1 hour?
Right.
And that's really one of the places, again, in white collar kind of jobs where they look at the meetings. People take a longer time because that's what you do in a meeting, or all of a sudden you join the meeting, but why? Did you need to be there? Could we have given you the notes to be there? So what happens is we're looking at efficiency, we're looking at productivity, and we're also looking at satisfaction. Employees are more satisfied when they get the time, because they're adults, to do the job that they have to do.
Makes sense.
But have more time to do maybe other things they want to do. There's a strong psychological component to this. So I'm so glad this new study came out.
Yeah, we've all heard the saying and probably said to ourselves, this could have been an email in those pointless meetings that you were talking about. Okay, there are all these companies now taking part across the world in these studies. What's, maybe happening here in the U.S.?
Well, when they're taking part of these studies, we see that the economy does better. We see that productivity is better. We see that employee satisfaction is better. And in this recent one in Iceland, in general, their unemployment rate is really down. So we see really positive outcomes. I saw that there was a little pros and cons. I don't know that many cons. The cons would probably be just changing structure. It would take time. And reinventing some industries, that would take time. That would be the con in a sense, it's just some growing pains. But I think we have really many years, maybe upwards of almost 100 years of case studies that you don't necessarily need these fixed times or these fixed amount of days to get the job done well.
It seems like we're just stuck in our ways, because the list of pros is really long and the list of cons is really short, but we're still, for the most part, doing these 5-day work weeks. If someone can't get this right now, what are ways that we can find a better work-life balance?
Well, I think in general, work-life balance is about, some of the things that people do is, they'll say, well, gosh, I went food shopping in the middle of the week, or I didn't have to do it on a Saturday when it's really busy, or this freed up time for me to get to spend time with my family on a weekend versus doing all those errands. So I think work-life balance is also around the things, I'm thinking of the things that people do with their time, those dental appointments, those doctor's appointments, making sure that if you can't do that, do you have time to do that within your work week in which you're not penalized? You don't have to use your PTO. You don't have to use half of a sick day. When you think about it, how do we get the things done that we need for our mental and physical health?
Right.
When the world operates mostly Monday through Friday at those certain fixed hours.
9 to 5,
I think those kinds of conversations, just, okay, if we can't go to that, are there ways that you can support, again, mental and physical health? Because it's really burnout. When we look at burnout, that's something I didn't say, is an outcome of these outsized days and hours that people have to work. Yeah. So if you can say, okay, we can't switch that, but can we prevent burnout? We know that getting rid of those kinds of times where you have to take time off to take care of yourself helps people. So start that conversation.
I'm sold. All
Me
right,
too, me
Dr.
too.
Ziegler, appreciate your time. Hopefully some people out there taking notes. All right, thank you very much. We'll be right back.